When you're an influential figure like Elon Musk, people start talking about you, and sometimes these talks can go sideways. Welcome to Just Tech, and today we're going to talk about SpaceX employees talking about Elon Musk. Whatever is said about Elon Musk are the worlds of his employees. I just converted it into a third-person perspective so it'd be easier for us to understand. So, are you ready to know what the people who have worked with Elon Musk really think about him? Let's begin. It's truly extraordinary to have someone like Elon Musk in our midst, particularly as your boss. Almost every major decision he makes is driven by his unwavering commitment to bring about a day when humanity establishes a self-sustaining colony on Mars. That's the lens through which he evaluates every single choice he faces. It's mind-boggling really, and what's even more astonishing is his tireless dedication. He's always been working at an unbelievable pace, clocking in 16-hour days throughout his entire life. He possesses a relentless hunger for progress, constantly pushing the boundaries of what humanity can really achieve. It's as if he represents the current and next phase of our evolution, observing us from a vantage point beyond our current understanding. He comes to us with groundbreaking ideas, simultaneously juggling multiple projects that seem almost impossible for one person to handle. A SpaceX employee went on to say, "I've witnessed him in action, and yet I still can't comprehend how he manages it all." But that's the essence of Elon Musk. He's driven, exceptionally intelligent, and undoubtedly the most determined individual I've ever had the privilege of encountering. Before we move on any further, if you still haven't hopped on that Just Tech train yet, then what are you waiting for? It's time to buckle up and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on any awesome content and tech-tastic adventures that await you. Next up, we have a little story that tells you just how big Elon Musk thinks. And as like-minded people should stay together, you should hit that like button and stay with us for more tech-related content. Then, the SpaceX employee shares an anecdote that perfectly encapsulates his character. Back when I first joined SpaceX, we had the opportunity to appear on 60 Minutes for an interview with Scott Pelley. During the interview, Pelley questioned my decision to leave NASA and to work for SpaceX when NASA was synonymous with the epitome of space exploration. I responded by posing a hypothetical scenario. If you could travel back in time and work alongside Howard Hughes during his pioneering ventures, wouldn't you want to be part of that exciting journey? Pelley seemed somewhat bewildered, possibly unfamiliar with Hughes' endeavors. However, it suddenly struck me that comparing my boss to Hughes might not have been the wisest move. After all, Hughes' later years were plagued with eccentric behavior and mental instability, hardly the association one wants to make with their boss. Fast forward a few months, and Elon and I had found ourselves driving a rental car together after meeting at NASA in Florida. It was just the two of us, with me behind the wheel, making our way to the airport to catch his plane back to Los Angeles. I mustered up the courage to bring up that 60 Minutes interview and clarified my intention behind the Hughes comparison. I assured him that I meant it in the context of Hughes' vibrant and adventurous youth, not his troubled later years as a recluse with peculiar habits. There was silence for a moment and my anxiety just started to mount. But then, true to his contemplative nature, Elon immersed himself in deep thought, his mind whirring with intellectual energy. A familiar sight from our conversations. I anxiously awaited his response. Finally, he then turned to me and gently remarked, "Garrett, I don't think that's an apt comparison." I was taken aback, but curious to understand his perspective. He elaborated, explaining that while Hughes had brilliance, none of his designs significantly transformed the way people lived their lives. The Spruce Goose, for instance, was an incredible wooden plane, but it didn't revolutionize how we transport goods across oceans. The H-1 Racer, another impressive creation, remained unique without leading to the broader innovations. Elon's objection wasn't that I compared him to a troubled individual, but rather that he aspires to leave a lasting legacy that profoundly impacts humanity, akin to visionaries like Steve Jobs who shifted the paradigm. That's what drives him, an insatiable desire to move the needle forward for all of us. Elon Musk is an exceptional human being, almost in a league of his own. Few can be rationally compared to him, with the exception, perhaps, of Nikola Tesla, when you contemplate his remarkable accomplishments. Yet, what sets Elon apart is his ability to juggle multiple endeavors simultaneously. He effortlessly navigates between projects such as the Boring Company, Tesla, SpaceX, and even delves into Tesla's home solar initiatives, which involve developing solar panels and revolutionary solar roof tiles. The sheer scope of his knowledge across diverse technologies, whether it's rockets or cars, is truly awe-inspiring. Furthermore, his endurance is unparalleled. To sustain an intense work rate of 16 hours a day for as long as he has is nothing short of extraordinary. And despite all of his achievements, he remains fervently passionate, constantly seeking new challenges and embarking on fresh ventures. It's undeniably surreal to have someone like him as your boss, someone who defies conventional norms. When Joe Rogan asks the question, "Have you ever discussed simulation theory with him?" the SpaceX employee answers with, "Surprisingly, we never have." Whenever I engage him in conversation, he consistently remains focused on the task at hand. That's one of his secrets for managing time effectively, to stay committed to the matter at hand without digressing. One significant aspect that characterizes Elon is how he measures each pivotal decision against the litmus test of whether it propels us closer to the day that we establish a self-sufficient colony on Mars. It's a prism through which he scrutinizes every choice, ensures it aligns with his ultimate vision. The depth of his commitment is truly astounding. He sets ambitious deadlines that we, as his team, strive to meet, even though the nature of our work often makes precise estimates very challenging. Elon Musk defies categorization. He represents the next phase of human evolution, someone who looks at the world from a vantage point beyond our current understanding. An idea factory with an insatiable drive for progress, he possesses an extraordinary breadth of knowledge and an uncanny ability to delve into the minutiae of various disciplines. Despite the advantages that wealth affords him, it doesn't solely explain his ability to achieve what he does. Frankly, even I am left wondering how he manages to accomplish so much. He is a visionary in the truest sense, someone whose legacy will resonate with the annals of history. Elon Musk is an enigma, one that we are fortunate to have among us, especially as our boss. While he may seem peculiar, he embodies a rare breed of brilliance that propels humanity forward. I count myself privileged to work alongside him, even if it means occasionally feeling a bit odd. After all, greatness often springs from the extraordinary. This was one employee talking about Elon Musk. But what about the others, especially the ones who got fired recently? What are their views on Musk? What do they have to say? Former SpaceX employees claimed that they were victimized for sending a letter that was critical of the company's CEO, Elon Musk, and have filed unfair labor practice complaints with the National Labor Relations Board. The 8 sacked employees, who were organized by other workers to create the open letter criticizing Musk's internet behavior, were let go in June 2022. Part of the letter was in response to a joke Musk made on Twitter over a story that said that he had settled a sexual harassment claim with a company flight attendant for $250,000. Musk has refuted the charges. Elon's behavior in the public sphere is a frequent source of distraction and embarrassment for us, particularly in the recent weeks. The letter, first circulated in June and obtained by The Verge, stated, "The New York Times said that after the letter was sent, a group of 20 employees met with a senior SpaceX executive who allegedly informed them that they were detracting from the business and that the letter was an extremist act. According to their allegation, 9 employees were let go for opposing Musk." In their letter, employees complained that SpaceX was not upholding its own no-asshole policy and demanded that the firm publicly address and condemn Elon's harmful Twitter behavior. The SpaceX allegation comes at the same time as Musk's public retaliation against workers at another business that he now runs who openly corrected or criticized him. Now, I'll leave you to draw your own conclusion about Musk, but whatever conclusion you come up with, you need to understand one thing: that this guy is genuinely something else, and we have no idea how he's doing so much all at once.